We here. All right, y'all. We live. Look, let's go. Let's go. Welcome everyone to Walls of Wellness. I am so excited to have this guest today. I know y'all probably be like, you say that all the time. Let me tell you though, this one hits different. It hits different. This woman right here. I'm like, I got tears coming to my eyes just talking about her.
And we're not gonna be on here crying.
Oh, we're gonna be on here. We bringing all the authenticity.
Yes.
Okay. So if it come. Like I usually tell y'all, have your pen and your paper ready because you're gonna take some notes and tab open something. But this time I'm gonna tell you, get your tissue box ready too, just in case. Because it might bring some tears. All right. So hey Les, it's good to see you. So we have a usually on and popping chat box.
Okay,
so
I like it. Let's
all
go.
right. Please make sure, put your questions, your comments, where you're coming from, put it in the chat. I will pop up and get to as many as possible. So this is the infamous, and I must say, the infamous La'Verne Webb. She is, I'm going to have her do an introduction, but she and I had the opportunity to meet. Can you believe it's been 5 years?
I know, right?
It's great. So we met during COVID times, and she was an angel, honest to God, that came to me and impacted my life in such a wonderful, wonderful way, and has continued to do so. And I am just so thankful for her. I think of her most days, and just am grateful for her, and I just lift her up all the time. As much as I can, I refer her out to people. Like, if y'all want a fun community event, if you want this, like, put this person on your list. We'll get all of the details together. She just gives so much, I feel, to so many. And I just really wanted to bring her on and raise her up even more, because she just deserves it. She just deserves it. So, all right, there's my little bit. I'm gonna sprinkle some more as we go along. But La'Verne, would you please take a moment? That's right. I'm not sure what we got. Miss Bodacious. Oh, come on, Miss Bodacious. She said yes. She said hello. Hey, girl. Hey. All right. Okay. So, okay, she said, AKA Trey Boogie. Okay, Miss Bodacious, you got all the names.
Yes, that's my girl Tracy. Yes, that's my ride or die right there.
Did she know? She know all the glow, all the praise, all, and just wanting to give you the flowers and the lift up and the rise and the shine and all that, because you do a lot. You do a lot. You are changing people's lives with your workout, with the work that you do. But I'm going to let you tell people a little bit about you, and I don't want you to hold back. Give it to them. Tell them about you. Tell them what you do.
Well, hey, everybody. I am so delighted to be here. And thank you so much, Dr. Walls, for the invitation. What a great way to close out this year. But, as you mentioned earlier, we've been in connection for 5 years.
Yes.
And as you mentioned, it's unbelievable how fast the time has passed. But, I don't think that things happen haphazardly. I think that, things are, God aligns us intentionally. And so who would have thought, here we are still connected 5 years later. But my name is La'Verne, as you can see on the screen, but everybody mostly knows me as Verne, or that bounce lady.
That's right.
But in addition to that, I'm a mom of 3. I have 1 daughter and 2 sons. And I'm also a dog mom to Casino, my baby Casino. I am a veteran, and I'm also the director of diversity, inclusion, and campus engagement at one of the local universities. And most importantly, I love the community. And so my background is varied, because I think that, I believe in continual growth, and that's my posture, to learn as much as I possibly can. And when I leave this earth, I want to leave full. I don't want to leave empty. you know, and things that I've attempted to do that may not work out and so forth. At least, you know, I can say that I tried to do it, and also to be impactful and intentional with the people that come my way. So yes.
So now you mentioned that key phrase that people know you as the bounce lady. What in the world is that?
Yes. So Rebound Fitness is an elevated way for us to be able to work out that does not impact our joints. So the Rebound boots, or those funny looking shoes, as people always say, that's just one genre of Rebound Fitness. And those particular boots take the tension off of your knees, your hips, as well as your back. And so for people that may be suffering with knee issues, which I run into a lot of people that are having challenges with their knees. It's a great way for you to still have movement. You don't necessarily have to bounce, right? I always show modifications for any of the movements that we do. And in addition to the cardio piece of it, we also do strength training because the boots weigh 3.5 pounds. And so you're actually giving that heart a workout as well as strengthening your joints. And, you know, research has shown the older that we get, you know, we need to increase the strengthening component and pull back a little bit on the cardio and kind of balance it out. Another aspect of Rebound Fitness is also the trampolines. And again, bouncing on the trampolines, there's no jarring. Look at you.
Yes, y'all. She got me on them.
Yes. Yes. There's no jarring on the joints. But most importantly, it's fun.
It was so fun.
Who wants to go to a boring workout?
Yes.
And so, you know, Bounce Fitness is a great way when I'm feeling some kind of way, sad. It's a great way to turn your frown upside down while you're getting a great workout. And so we have a good time. And I try to, you know, I don't take for granted where people are walking from to come into my space. And so I create an atmosphere of fun, create an atmosphere of supporting, a safe space, because things come up. At inopportune times, seemingly, but it's a space of being able to release whatever it is, you know, that you may be experiencing during that day or that time. And so my motto is always to have people leave better than when they came in. And if I ask that question, you know what I mean? And so when I get the response, then I've done my job. I'm satisfied. You know what I mean? So,
It was so fun, and that was during COVID. Right, so we had to bounce 6 feet away from each other, but we were outside
in the freezing cold.
So it gave us something new to do. And it was like, okay, am I really able to stand on these things or not stand on? And we just had so much fun. We met so many great people. And it really took off. I mean, it became a movement, I would say, for you. So let's talk about that.
You know, during that time, everyone was confined. And I was like, I'm going to work out outside, you know, and took my boots and invited people. People started coming. And, you know, that is where the business Soul to Soul Bounce Fitness came into fruition, really. It was community building for me. I learned a lot, you know, about myself. I learned a lot about the people, and still learning, right? And we'll get to that in a minute. But it was the beginning. I never got into this thinking that I would be like a full-fledged business owner. I wanted to be an instructor because I enjoyed, you know, the classes so much. And when I initially started, I was going so much. I enjoyed it so much that the instructor at that time really encouraged me to get certified and to become an instructor. And so, and that's exactly, you know, what I did.
I love it. It was so much fun. And I will tell you, so then I've always loved jumping. So let's be clear. Like as a child, put me on a pogo stick. I was going to town.
Okay.
So then when I saw those kangaroo shoes, I said, oh, I got to try them. And it was like,
Yes.
who's going to go with me? So I snatched up my spiritual daughter. She was like, are you kidding me? No, I'm not kidding you. This is what we're doing today.
Yes. And she purchased boots, I think, right?
And then a friend, she purchased boots. She got into, because I sent somebody else over to you. And so she got her boots and she went to town.
Yes.
And then unfortunately, my mother had a stroke.
Yes.
And so I was like, I can't hurt myself, right?
Yes.
And not that I felt like I would, but it was just like a just in case I have to take extra precaution.
Yes.
And I talked to you, and you were like, okay, well, there's some other choices that you have. And I said, okay, such as what? And you ended up telling me you can get into rebounding.
Yes. There's always an alternative.
And there I went.
Yes, yes.
So when I tell y'all, I be thinking of this woman. And she impacted my life professionally and personally. And so I got into rebounding, and I felt like that was safer for me in caring for myself and for my mother.
Yes.
And it also comes, and I'll let you talk about it. There's different, you can put on the guard,
the handlebars,
right? The handlebars, thank you, and do that. But I do want to highlight, to your point, it brings back that youthfulness, right?
Fun.
It is so much fun. You end up laughing at yourself, and like I'll send videos to people, and they're like, "Kat, that just looks like so much fun." I was like, "It is." I can jump on it in between clients, because it does so much in such a small amount of time.
Yes, and actually, researchers now, it's so amazing how the progression of rebounding, right? It's been prevalent overseas for quite some time. And so now it's gaining more visibility in the States. And researchers are encouraging breast cancer survivors to get on the rebound for a few minutes every day, because when you jump, you're opening up your lymphatic system. And so a lot of diseases, right? A lot of things that we experience within our bodies, health issues, is because our lymphatic system is clogged. And so our lymphatic system acts as a garbage disposal for the toxins in our body. And so when it's clogged, those toxins have nowhere to go.
You better teach.
So as a result, the body responds in the manner of getting sick, swollen joints and things like that. And so rebounding helps to eliminate that. You don't have to be a professional to do it. There is a proper way to jump, right? Because if you don't, just like anything else, if you don't do it properly, you can hurt yourself. I tell everybody that. And so it's important that you do your homework about anything that you take on. So with the rebounding, not only does it help our lymphatic system, but 10 minutes on the rebounder is equivalent to a 1 mile run. Now, who wouldn't do that?
That part.
Especially for the people, running is something that either you like it or you don't. There's no in between with it, right? So running is what I started out doing first. Okay. So a running club. And then kind of, I got bored with just doing that. And so the rebounder, 10 minutes, if you do 10 minutes a day, 10 times 5, you've ran 5 miles a week in a sense. Essentially. You know what I'm saying? Who wouldn't want to do that? You can do it while you're watching TV. 10 minutes out of the day. And so the great thing about fitness is that every minute counts. There's no wasted minutes. There's no wasted seconds. So people don't have to, a lot of times when I'm talking to potential clients and just people in general, they think, oh, you spend so much time in the gym. Well, sometimes, but sometimes I don't. I'm intentional about what I'm doing when I get there, but 15, 20 minutes, all of that time adds up.
Yes.
in the fitness world. So.
Yes. So let's talk about, so you mentioned, you said, I didn't think I was going to become a business owner, but let's just even talk about your journey into fitness. When did it start? When, how old were you when this happened? Like, I think about my younger brother, and I remember he said he was 12, and he is what's referred to as an Olympic power lifter. But he said at 12, he remembered looking in the mirror, and he looked like a little Buddha. He had a little belly and everything. Okay. And he was like, I don't want to look like this. And he began working with trainers at school, and he was a football player, and he was on the O-line. So he was expected to be big, but he didn't want to not be fit. And so he became very conscious early and has maintained it. And he's done he's been a spin instructor. He's done CrossFit. He's always maintained a fitness life through all trials, tribulations, health crises, everything. He has maintained that fitness. Yeah. So when would you say the fitness piece just infiltrated your system?
Well, I ran track in high school. Okay. I used to jump hurdles and, run the 400 and the 800 meter. Okay. But I wouldn't even say during then. I think once I went into the military, because it was just a part of our day, every day, every single day. And then, life started life, and I got married, started having children, but it was something that was always in the back of my mind that I wanted to get back to. Okay. And so some years ago, I was diagnosed with thyroid disease. Never heard of it before. I didn't even know what the thyroid did to me, just as a matter of fact. Yes. Yes. And so when that is a diagnosis that affects everything, it affects your heart, it affects your emotions, it affects every portion of your body. And so I started I think I'm just a researcher by nature, and I wanted to find out as much as I possibly could with regards to the thyroid and its function. And so at that time, I was given 3 rounds of radiation therapy, which actually killed my thyroid. So I have to take a pill every day as a replacement. And so with the thyroid, one of the things that it affects is your weight. My weight was up. I was always thin, growing up. And then it looked like I woke up one day and I'm like, who are you? And what's going on? And so in talking with the doctor, and really learning as much as I could about that is what started me running. And so I belonged to a running club, and one of the young ladies that was in my group invited me to this. She was like, I got the class for you because you're going to love it. And I went to the bounce class, and fell in love with it, because I don't think that fitness should be long and drawn out. I like for it to be fun, exciting, and one-stop shopping. Yes. But I also want to have fun. And, that really birthed my desire to just take better care of myself. It started. And along in that journey, my father, became quite ill. And when I was visiting him at this particular time, when the nurse came in, my father had gotten up to almost 500 pounds. Wow. Now, my father was this tall, dark, beautiful man, and in my mind, I'm like, how did you go from who you were to where you are right now? Like, I really wanted to understand that. And so that put a fire in my belly. Really be intentional and impactful in helping as many people as I possibly could take better care of ourselves. And I saw the benefits of exercise. I mean, even while my father was, essentially dying, I had him in the bed, like, come on, his arms, you know what I'm saying? Yes. For him, it was too late. And so I said to myself, like, if I can be the instigator to stop, so many people from getting to that point, that's what I'm going to do. But the change started with me first. 'Cause I don't believe in having somebody do something that I'm not willing,
Come on.
to do myself.
Yes.
And I really believe that we should lead by example.
Yes.
We're getting older, you know what I'm saying? And the needs of our bodies change along with how we, especially as women, as we age, there are things that are essential to us aging gracefully. There are things that we can do now that they're finding to mitigate dementia, to mitigate cancer and things like that. You know what I'm saying? And so I just want to be the change that I want to be. The Black and brown community is at the top of the list for everything, And I'm like, no, it doesn't have to be. Where did you get that information from?
That's right.
So let me be the change agent so that we can do something different.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm so glad that you said that. I remember one time, goodness gracious, it's probably within the last 10 years, I was speaking with an 8th grade girls class, all girls class. And I had them, I said, let's look at the generations. Like, what do you know about your parents' education, health conditions, so forth? What do you know about your grandparents' education, health transition? Because like you said, right, we learn by example.
Yes.
And so these are the people who you're around. So what are the messages that you're picking up?
Yes.
Sometimes unknowingly.
Yes.
And when we got to the health conditions, they started saying, these are 13, 14, 15-year-old girls. Well, I already know I'm going to have diabetes because my grandmother got it. And I already know I'm probably going to have a heart attack because. And I said, do you understand that you can change the trajectory of that with the food that you eat, with the exercise that you do, so forth? Now, you might have a predisposition for it, but it's not guaranteed that you're going to. But this means that you're going to have to make some changes.
Absolutely.
And some of these things that we're calling generational curses are generational patterns of behavior.
That's right.
That we have control over.
Absolutely. 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 My family, just like any other, family, especially in the Black and brown community, I mean, there's high blood pressure. My father had a heart condition, but still was adamant about not changing, his diet, what I'm saying? And so just like on the pack of cigarettes, it's a warning label, but you still see people, putting
participating.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I feel like I have a choice in how I live my life, right? And so it's up to me and how it turns out. And if it turns out, contrary to what it could be, it's nobody's fault but my own. You know what I mean? So
real talk.
Yeah.
Real talk. Because I do, I look at, and let me just put this up because I want to, the Perfect Helper LLC said you are an inspiration. You have helped so many. I love you wholeheartedly.
Oh, I love you too.
Oh, so special. So That's special. Yeah, I do. I look at my parents and I look at examples of what can happen, what could happen, both positive and what I deem negative, right? It's neutral. They're examples. How I interpret it is up to me. And I go, okay, what could they have done differently? And instead of blaming them, this is for me to take action now.
Yes.
Right. So I look at my mother, who has had a history of strokes, unfortunately, and surprisingly, because she was one who ate well, didn't smoke, didn't drink, didn't do drugs. And it's just like, where did this come from? All right, somewhere it's in your genetic makeup. What didn't you do? Well, she was one not to exercise. Like literally, I would be doing step aerobics and she'd be sitting up there watching. And I would invite her to participate, but she would refuse to participate. Her choice, right? But now, as I look at some of the things that she's dealing with, if she gets on the floor, she can't get up. So what do? I make sure most days I sit on the floor at least once or twice a day and practice getting up off the floor.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And listen, we see the mantra that movement is medicine. It really is.
Yes.
Right. It really is. And before my classes, I say, you have over 28 muscles in your face, exercise the muscles in your face. No, really. There are certain things that you can do.
Yes.
to keep your face from sagging and keep your eyes, so movement really is medicine. And it doesn't have to be deep. It doesn't have to be, for an hour, just a few moments a day is all that it takes.
Yes. So we are in holiday season, which means that cookies, it rains cookies, it snows pies, it might all of these things show up. Macaroni and cheese slides through the mailbox. Like what do we need to be doing? What recommendations, modifications do you recommend?
Well, I say all things in moderation, right? I'm not over here eating lettuce sandwiches. I'm just not going to do it. It's just not going to happen. It's just not. You know what I'm saying? It's just, right? Yes. And so, as I tell my clients that I'm training, if you want that cookie, right, and you worked hard all week, have the cookie, not 5 cookies, maybe 1 to 2 cookies. Treat yourself. You understand? Because if you don't, right, we have to retrain our brain and retrain the way that we look at food. Right? Gluttony is just not it. There are ramifications behind that. But now there are so many resources that are available in terms of how to cook healthy, good tasting food.
True.
I believe in healthy eating, but it must taste good.
Come on.
I'm a juicer. I started juicing because I got tired of buying these healthy juices that tasted horrible. Well, I got in the kitchen and started my own thing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
Same thing with food. You got to experiment with it. You don't have to eat fried chicken. And if you do, now you can air fry it.
Yep.
Where you don't have to use all of that oil and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So there are so many options and resources that are available to us that was not available when my grandmother was living. You know what I'm saying? So they did what they knew, but now the world is literally via the World Wide Web is at our feet. So it's really no excuse. It's no excuse. You can be vegan, you can be vegetarian, you can eat meat, you can pick and choose what you want to do. It's just all in the way that we do it. The other thing that I wanted to mention too is that, now a lot of folks are taking shortcuts with getting surgeries and things like that, which is fine, right? If you feel that that is what you need to do. The problem that I have is that, especially with creators, is that they get online and pretend like you got this 6-pack by just being in the gym. No, just be transparent. Just be, honest if you're doing whatever it is that you're doing, right? Because all of us have different avenues that we need to take. I'm not against any of it. But when you get online and as a trainer and as someone in the fitness community, it's important that we be honest and so that we are not leading people falsely.
Yes.
When you come online and you're giving information or you're posting videos, believe it or not, you're a leader. And so somebody is going to take to what you are saying or what we are doing. And it's important that we be honest about this journey. So I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. It is. It's so important, right? Because each of our bodies respond to things differently. And the amount of time that it takes. And as you talked about with aging, there was a time where if I knew I had something to do on Friday, I could hop on that treadmill, knock out a couple miles, do a couple hills. And by Friday, I was rolling.
Yes.
Now I need about 6 months of Fridays. That snatchback ain't as fast as it used to.
Absolutely. I mean, rest is of the utmost importance, right? I'm a person that prefers to work out early in the morning. I love the early mornings. After a certain time, I don't want to do it. I do it because it fits, other people's schedules. But my preference is to do it in the morning time. That's when I feel like my brain is at its best. You know what I'm saying? And so you got to work with yourself and you got to take the time to know who you are and what works for you and what doesn't work for you.
Yeah.
And that is the blessing that I feel in working with people, that everybody that I work with is absolutely 1000% different. I know who I can push a little bit further, and I know who I need to pull back from a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And so this is a part of leadership, right? We have to know how to pivot when necessary. We need to know when to stand firm, you know, when necessary. You know what I'm saying? And so it's always, I just believe in maintaining a posture of learning. I have a coach.
All right.
You know, coaches need coaching.
Come on. Yes. Yes.
So, you know, that pushes me, and I'm rolling my eyes and sucking my teeth and all the things that I get.
Yes.
But, you know, it's all for the good, because I know that it's coming from a place of love. I know that it's coming from a place of someone wanting to see me do better than I am right now. So I'm appreciative of it all, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Real talk. Now we have a question that I know we were going to get to, so let's go on and get to it. Can you please educate us on cryotherapy?
Yes. And so I've ventured into, I got certified in cryotherapy, and cryotherapy is a type of recovery mechanism that uses liquid nitrogen, which is extremely cold, to help us recover from whether it's working out. Cryotherapy helps us if we have like problems with our joints, knee problems, any part of your body that is experiencing any type of inflammation or discomfort. That cold air helps to stimulate health. You know, it helps to stimulate relief for us. And as a matter of fact, a lot of the athletes, we wonder why they're able to bounce back so quick. It's because when you see them in the ice bath, it's relative to that. But with the cryotherapy, I'm able to target. If you tell me, Vern, my shoulder is a little stiff today, or my shoulder is bothering me today, I have equipment that can target right in on that particular area. And so it's a great way. You can't just work out and not do recovery. Stretching is important. Getting in the sauna is important. Getting massages is very, very, you know, important. And so it's all a part of that wellness pool. You can't just work out, because when we lift weights and whatnot, we are actually tearing our muscles, right? And so we have to have time to be able to mitigate that, so that those things don't lead to injury. And so I'm in the cryotherapy space as well. So not only am I able to work you out, I'm able to give you some recovery as well.
Come on. So let's talk about some of these certifications that you have, because you mentioned being certified, right, with cryotherapy. What else? What are your other ones?
So I am a certified Rebound instructor with the boots. I have an international certification to teach trampoline fitness. As mentioned, I am a certified personal trainer. I also am a certified group fitness instructor. And so, you know, I believe that putting letters or putting certifications behind what we do adds not only weight to what I'm doing, but it adds validity to what I'm doing. And so a lot of people are jumping out into spaces without doing their proper work and trying to usurp the process by just looking at videos and just saying, oh, I can do that. No. You know, you want to make sure that you're able, you know, what do you do if someone gets injured? You know, I've had situations where sometimes folks are not forthcoming in telling me I have an injury, you know, and I remember this particular incident. We were out at the park. The park was super crowded this particular day. And I was up, you know, having classes, and the young lady fell, right? But she didn't tell me that she had a knee injury. You know, and so, of course, you know, that's unfortunate, right? We took care of her that day. But, you know, there's a responsibility on my part right? To take good care of you while you're with me. But there's also responsibility for the people that are coming into the space to say, hey, I have an injury with whatever. And so there's always an alternative way to do what we do. You know, I had a young lady that was coming quite a bit that was visually impaired. Nobody couldn't believe it because I trained her how to stand and how to, you know, to work, but she was in her sneakers. Of course, I wouldn't put her, you know, in the boots. So there's always a way for us to do a workaround with someone that's interested in doing, you know, what we're doing. I have a person that is well in her 70s. Now she's not going to bounce. Now that's just not what she's not going to bounce in her boots. Now, when you get her on the trampoline, she's off, right? With them good handlebars, she's going to town. But in them boots, right? We do modifications with her. And she's good with it. You know, I catch her every now and again, you know, trying to do a little something, but it's okay because we having so much fun. And, you know, so that's just how it goes. But there's always a way to do what you need to do if you really, you know, want to do it. And again, I say that, you know, it's important that we study. Things are evolving all the time. You know what I mean? And so I always maintain a posture of learning. You know, I just started teaching kickboxing at a place. In Rockbox in Cherry Hill, which I was introduced to them through a young lady, and I think that it has just been a blessing. They've been a blessing. They're welcoming. Brooke Tomasco, who is the manager at that particular location, has just been a friend. She's been so welcoming and open to, you know, ideas that I have about certain things. And so, and she's passionate, almost as passionate as I am about the community. And so she's entrenched and very intentional about, you know, having community events and inviting people in to see, you know, what we do as a community. And so that's that's always and will always be at the forefront, you know, of what I do.
Yes. Let me pop a couple of these comments up here for the world to see. Dell said, thank you so much for sharing about the cryotherapy. She said it works wonders. And we have a special shout out here. Mary May says, hello, Vern.
Hey, girl, where you been? I miss you.
She said I love and miss you too. Yes. And then a little birdie done come chirping along to say she's a certified coach as well.
I am.
Okay. So now, are you still taking clients for individual coaching, fitness, group fitness, any and all things?
Yes. So I don't have my own brick and mortar yet. And I'm a traveling instructor, and I am a traveling, call myself a traveling coach. And so I can bring to you what it is that you need. And what I mean by that, if you need personal training, I can come to you. If you want a group fitness class, I will come to you, but there's a minimum of 10 people that we would need, you know, that I would need to do that. And so I can bring fitness right to your door or to whatever your location is, whether it's corporate, you know, or personal. If you're interested in having a health and wellness event, you know, so I'm flexible. And so I did not want to be just pigeonholed into just being able to do one particular thing. I do train a lot at a gym in Philly in a gym in Philly called Swift Fit, which is a training facility. And that owner is Darren Swift, and he's actually just opened up a Pilates and wellness studio. And so I put my classes on pause because we're going into that particular new space. And so so that's my coach and trainer.
Okay.
My big brother and a whole bunch of other things. But he's really been instrumental in really pushing me and encouraging me to keep going. And so I appreciate that. And even Dell, that, gave the comment.
Yes.
She is the vice president, and she oversees a program called NOWSY, which is their initiative is to help. I just want to make sure I get it right. So it's called the Natural Organized Women's Society. And their core mission is focused on empowering women by providing awareness, education, prevention, and support aimed at reducing heart attacks, strokes, and cardiovascular disease. And so, we are in collaboration for some upcoming things for 2026. Again, as I mentioned, Rockbox, we actually have a community event that's happening on December the 13th.
Okay.
And I can give you more information
Please.
about it.
Yeah.
I also work with Spring Williams, who is the founder of Inspiring Life Together. And her particular organization helps women that are actively receiving chemo treatment. She is a survivor herself. And so I have the pleasure of working with her on many of the initiatives that she is spearheading. And so Tracy, who Trey Boogie, as you saw,
yes,
she is a person that is she's been with me from the very beginning. When Tracy first started coming to work out with me, Tracy was taking about 22 pills a day. And she doesn't mind me sharing this. And now she's down to like 2.
Wow. Go on, Tracy.
Yes, Tracy
Come on, Trey Boogie.
We were able to help her to get certified as an instructor, as a Rebound.
Wow.
And she's been with me, every step of the way. And we don't agree on everything all the time. But, sometimes we walk away rolling my eyes. But nevertheless, I know that she loves me and I love her, too. And so, I look forward to, she's had some health challenges along the way, but she's still, if it's 5 feet of snow and I'm like, Tracy, come on, let's gas up. We got to, she's right there. And so I don't take that for granted at all. I have a wonderful, wonderful church community that undergirds, what I'm doing. Fresh Word Kingdom Assemblies, which is in Voorhees, New Jersey. I have the baddest Bishop, Wynell Freeman in the land. And, who is all about women empowerment and fulfilling, your purpose, in your life. And so I'm just appreciative. Life has had its ups and it's had its downs, but I'm still here. And so I couldn't do it by myself, though. I've met people like yourself, and we've been able to maintain, good relationships. Pinky, there are so many people that I have come in contact with, and some stay, right? Some relationships are to be steady, and then there's some is just for that time, or a little bit of time, and then you go head on. You know what I'm saying? And so, so I've learned some hard lessons. I'm a person that tries to bring everybody with me. Come on, we can do this.
Right.
No. No. There's always a Judas.
Yes.
But when you find out who your Judases are, you still wish them well.
That's right.
From across the street, though.
That's right. That's right.
And so I'm just okay with where I am, in my life right now. And so I'm making valid decisions right now, but it's okay because I know that I'm focused and I'm intentional and taking my time and making the decisions that, I need to make. And so, I'm 59.
What?
I'm 59.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Listen.
Look.
So this
I know my people like, what? Look, you know.
Yes, and so I'm leaving my 50s, next year. And so, the things that I used to tolerate, a little bit, not so much no more, you know what I mean? And so, but I love the people, and I just want to see people do well. You know what I'm saying? I want to see people do well. And so that's my intention, to help as many people that would allow me to help. Tracy and I actually, we go to the Hub of Hope which is in underneath City Hall in
Okay.
Philadelphia, and we teach, people. We work out in the chairs.
Wow.
So it had grown so much that they were looking for a bigger room to put us in, because we were having so much fun, in the room working out with some good music and laughing, and just wanting to make people smile for just
Yeah.
45 minutes, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm just appreciative of the opportunities that, I've been afforded in a short amount of time. I mean, Soul to Soul Bounce Fitness is in Philadelphia Magazine, August 2024. We've been on the news, Fox 29. We've been on Channel 10. We do Sister Strut, every year. And, so I don't take any of it for granted. I'm thankful and appreciative and looking forward to bigger,
Yes.
Opportunities. And, I'm just grateful for it all. So
yeah. Now, y'all, you see why I said pen, paper, tissues. Pen, paper, tissues. You better know. I'm gonna throw up some of these comments here. Jamie said, if I lived in your area, I would definitely want to take classes. You look
Jamie,
amazing.
one of the things that we're working on is getting into the virtual space. I mean, I get DMs from people in Vegas, like all over, that are interested in taking, classes. And so that's what we're going to be doing in 2026, is having virtual classes. So one of the things that we also did during COVID, I have a heart for seniors. And so I was really concerned since everyone was inside. So I started coming on Facebook Live doing chair workouts. And just would get up, in the morning and just do the workouts. And so some of the seniors in my place of worship, was like, well, what happened? So I want to really get back to that, and even if I do a few minutes and just post them up so that, people are able to do the workout. So
great idea.
Yeah.
Definitely. Let's see who else. Mary said, as soon as I'm clear from my accidents, I'll be right back.
Okay, Mary girl, I'll be looking for you. I'm gonna welcome you with open arms.
Let's see what else. Dell said, yes, she can. Can't wait to get you on Nowsy's calendar in 2026.
Yes.
Definitely. And she said she loves your rock box classes.
Yes.
All right. And let's see who else. I know I saw one. Miss Bodacious said, Verne, you are an amazing human being. You make it easy.
Oh, I love you so much. Thank you, Trey Boog.
Yes. And she had mentioned earlier, she said, I guess she was on 43 pills.
Oh, actually. Yes. I gave the wrong number. Yeah, she was. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yes. Yeah. But she hung in there from the very beginning and is doing amazing right now. So I'm telling you, I look at her and I lift my hands and I thank God that, she has come to where she is right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there have been people that have come in. There's I have so many stories, but this particular night we were on the trampolines and this was a new person that came in. And so one of the things that we do before you leave, I said, I just want you to bounce. That's all I want you to do. We're going to leave everything on the trampoline. And we were bouncing. All right. She was going faster and faster and faster. And she let out this scream and, burst out crying. And afterwards I said, what happened? And she said that was the anniversary of her being cancer free. And that she was bouncing. She just started remembering like all that she had come through. And so we just never, ever know what people are walking through or walking from, to our space. So, and the same thing when we go to boxing, boxing is a great way to relieve stress and to relieve mental anxieties. It does things, for us. So I'm just so grateful to be in these spaces.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you shared that, right? Because a lot of times depending on age,
Mm-hmm.
right? We were really raised with who exercises and who doesn't exercise,
Mm-hmm.
and what type of exercise you can do and what type of exercise you shouldn't do. And,
Mm-hmm.
and I know I sit in the cusp in my 50s that women aren't supposed to use weights because you're going to end up looking like a man. And then also that basically you're trained like the way a man is trained
Mm-hmm.
versus the differences that a woman brings and how she should work
Mm-hmm.
out or
Mm-hmm.
what's best for her, or that one exercise or type of workout fits everybody.
Yeah.
And as you have dispelled that myth time and time in this past 50 minutes, that every body, right,
Yeah.
together, everybody, the word together is different, and everybody
Yes.
is different,
Everybody. Yes. Mm-hmm.
right?
Is different. Yes. Everybody has, different needs. And that's on my webpage. Everybody is welcome. No
Mhm.
matter who you are and what you are dealing with. And so we're just grateful.
Yeah. So now for people, I've been putting your website in the chat room for organization, and I've been sending out your information
Mhm.
to organizations for, like you're saying, wellness retreats. A lot of times when they're having retreats, they'll go to a place, they may do axe throwing or something else like that. And I'm saying, look, this is a fun way to incorporate wellness
Mhm.
into the business, as you're talking about, right? Exercise also helps physically, but also mentally,
Absolutely.
emotionally, right? It's a
Absolutely.
stress reliever. It's
Absolutely.
a joy finder. When you
Absolutely.
find that exercise that you lock in, for some people, it's dancing and
Yes.
Zumba and so forth. For me, it is definitely rebounding. I'm a kangaroo. Let
Yes.
me hop and I'm happy. Even my characters are a frog and a rabbit
Yes.
for my
Yes.
children's books, right?
Yes.
I'm a hopper. Look,
Yes.
and I'll even make you laugh. I had an ex who was a fitness trainer, and
Mhm.
when I met him, he was on crutches. His nickname was Hoppy. So
So you can't get away from it.
and everybody who knows him from that time to this day be like, "Hey, Hoppy." It's like, okay, cat.
I love it. I love it. It is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is, right? So I'm a hopper. So for people who want to get in contact with you, where they're saying, "Hey, I want to try it for myself. The holidays are coming. Let's do a family thing. Let's do a family reunion. Let's exercise together. It's girlfriends. Let's make a commitment to
Mhm.
this new year, to this end of the year. We ain't even got to wait till January.
That's
We only
right.
got about 5 weeks to the
You
end of the
only got
year.
about 5 weeks. That's
Let's
it.
get this rolling. And 5 is
Yes.
the number for change. So let's
Yes.
change some ways and get into
Yes.
some
Yes.
good,
Yes.
healthy habits.
Yes.
How do they get in contact with you?
You can DM me on Instagram, or you can give me a call at 267-223-5383.
Give it to me again. So I'll put it in the chat.
Yep.
267.
Yep. 223
Mm-hmm.
5383.
Okay. All right. And as far as DMing, do you prefer Instagram, TikTok, all the above?
Any of them. Yep. I'm on all
Okay.
of the social media platforms.
All right. And you all, I keep everything in the write up underneath this, so you can definitely, go there to click on links.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be sure to post the phone number and put that under there as well. For those who haven't subscribed to Ask Dr. Walls 525, it is free. It just takes a moment of your time to click that subscribe button. So
Mm-hmm.
please do so. And also be sure to check out Verne on all her social
Yes.
media platforms and hit subscribe. I know the subscribe helps. Yes. So what is your IG username?
It is at Soul, SOUL, the number 2, SOLE, Bounce Fitness.
All right. Okay, I'm going to put that in the chat right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there you go, Les, and anybody else who needs that. And again, all that should also be in the write-up on the YouTube page. So if you're joining us from LinkedIn, hop on over to YouTube and check out the write-up. You're welcome underneath. Events. You mentioned you have some events coming up. So you have this December 13th event. Is that open to the public? Is there a
Open to
cost
the
to
public.
it?
Nope, that is happening on December 13th, and that is at Rockbox Cherry Hill. There is a grand opening taking place at Swift Fit, and I have to confirm with him the date. That'll be this month as well. So a lot is happening as we, close out the new year.
Okay. And do you know where the Swift Fit location is?
Yes, Swift Fit is located at 3512 Weikel, Weikel Street, and that's in Philadelphia. It's right off of Aramango Avenue in the Port Richmond section of Philadelphia.
Got you.
Right, not far from 95.
And where can they go to find updates for these events or just be reminded?
So you can go to, I believe that Swift, they're finishing up the website that will have the calendar listed, because again, the wellness, the Pilates and wellness space is new. So he's still in the process of getting all of that set up. As far as Rockbox, you can go to rockboxcherryhill.com, and the calendar, everything, all of that information, is there for you.
Okay, fantastic. So any recommendations for people to be motivated, to be inspired? I mean, just listening to you, looking at you for me is more than enough motivation and inspiration.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome. But sometimes people might need a little something else. What are some things that have motivated you, keep you going, inspired you?
Just wanting to be the change that I want to see. I'm just tired of the statistics as it relates to us, as a people. And so, I have my tribe of folks, that I look to for inspiration, as well, that keep me, on the straight and narrow and keep me focused. And just, I'm a people watcher. And so I go out and I gain inspiration, from looking at people that are passing me by, if I'm out, at a particular place, and just wanting to really, my heart, I have a heart for the people, and I really want to be impactful. I think the older, that I've gotten, I'm very intentional about the legacy that I leave, behind. You know what I'm saying? I want, when people mention my name, that they smile, that their eyes light up and sparkle. And so I think about that, more so than ever now, that I've gotten older. And so, so those are some of the things that inspire me. Yeah, I just want a fulfilled life. And as I said, I want to leave here empty. I don't want to, the graveyard is full of people that are full of ideas and full of creativity of people that may have never gotten to do, what it is that was in their mind to do. And I don't want to be that particular person. And so I just want to do all that God is calling me to do. And so by his grace, he's allowing me, to do it. We're not, we are multi-dimensional people. We're spirit, we're body, right? He deals with our mind. And so all of it works together. That's what makes up health and wellness, not just one thing. And so it all works together, it all works for our good. And so, and I just want to live an impactful and intentional life and really help people.
Well, y'all heard it. Y'all better burn with Verne. Y'all better come on. We're going to shake that tambourine. Come on.
Everybody, remember that, everyone. Everybody, in quotation marks, is welcome. And I promise you, we'll get you right.
Come on. Well, we're going to get right. Get on the good foot. We're going to get right. Come on, y'all. I see your comment. Thank you for that. She said your show is awesome. Thanks for giving this wonderful woman to use your platform. We need more of her. You got that right. You got that right. You are welcome. Leslie said, come on now.
On now.
Yes.
Yeah. And even pertaining to Adele, You know, her testimony is amazing. You know, she was in a coma for quite some time and had a brain injury. And so when she came to box,
yes,
and just watching her,
yes,
you know, tears, I didn't let her see, but tears was rolling down just to see.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It took her a little minute, but once she got going, I mean, the smile, you know, it's just amazing. The people that I have come in contact with, the things that they've been able to do. So I'm just grateful. I'm just so grateful and thankful. Mary, you know, people just have some amazing stories. So I'm just very blessed to be able to be the catalyst, you know, to plant a seed, or, you know, whatever it is, whatever part I play, I'm glad to be a part of that.
Yeah, I heard that. Thank you, Vern, for taking this time with us. You're welcome.
Listen, Dr. Walls, thank you so much for the opportunity, for, you know, availing your platform to me. And I appreciate you so much. I'm wishing you and your family a happy holidays. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. We have some more guests coming up before this year ends. Every first Thursday of the month at 7 p.m., Sisters for Harmony are a registered 501c3 nonprofit, which works to empower women and ensure that they're living their life on purpose and with purpose. So like Vern said, so you're not leaving this world filled up with stuff that you were supposed to leave here. Okay. As I tell people all the time, the talents that you use are gifts to others. Don't be taking my gift.
That's right.
Not giving it to me.
That's right.
I'm coming after you. You better leave my gift with me.
Yes. I love it.
And with everyone else. And so just, I always tell people to live their greatest life. That is my motto. And the greatest stands for God restores excellence, activates talents, encourages spiritual transformation.
I love it.
And so, Vern, you are living your greatest life. You are using your talents, and those talents, honey, they are gifts to others.
Thank you so much. And with people, you know, I'm glad that for our relationship, you know, and I'm glad that it's been steady and we've maintained it. You know, we're both doing different things, but we come back together.
That's right.
Thank you so much again for, you know, inviting me to your platform and to your audience. I'm so appreciative of that.
You're welcome. All right, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful rest of the day, and get your hop on. Keep on hopping.
Hope to see some of you.
That's right. Talk to you. All right.
Bye-bye.
Be well. Take care.